You are welcome to Grizzly Tales for Gruesome Kids, a series of cautionary tales for lovers of scream. I call this tale the Grub Blub. In sunny Skegness, in the Museum of Freaks and Oddities, in a glass case marked Do Not Feed, lives the largest, laziest Witchetty grub ever discovered. It lives on a diet of pizzas and milkshakes and occupies its time by watching telly. The museum has nicknamed it the Grub Blub. If only they knew what its real name was. Savannah Slumbersome was cursed. Not by trolls or bad fairies, but by her parents. They belonged to that select breed who believe that life is best lived outdoors. Their hallway was piled high with steaming socks and muddy walking boots. Her parents were ramblers, and Savannah was not. The furthest Savannah liked rambling was from the warmth of her bed to the telly. The closest she liked to be to the weather was watching it through the window. Savannah was a lie-a-bed, a slovenly sleuth who let life pass her by and despised everything her parents stood for. With a step and a stamp and a heave and a haw, it's a mighty hearty tramp and a rambling we go. But I can't do exercise. My bones are made differently to yours. If I stand up, my bones get tired. They're lying bones. Her parents could not have agreed more. Oh, come on, Savvy sweetie. We've got a treat for the summit. Summit? What summit? Once we've climbed the mountain, I've made us a jam sandwich each. What mountain? There's only a little one. Go away, you're depressing me. But Savannah's parents never went away, which was why Savannah was never less than grumpy. For their summer holiday that year, Savannah had begged her parents to take her to a bed and breakfast in Bridlington, where she could indulge her twin passions for bed and breakfast. But they had a treat for her. We're going on a camping holiday in a tent with sleeping bags. It's going to be such fun, cooking on an open fire, early rising, cycling to... Cycling? Where did cycling suddenly come from? We're taking the bikes, said her father, which is why I've bought you these. The following morning, they set off on the 6-hour ride to the campsite. Why don't you go on and I'll catch up? You're coming now, Savannah. It's not fair. I'm not even awake yet. Oh, we're off on holiday, feeling full of beats, let's play. Are we nearly there? It's so unfair, I'm not feeling well, okay? Arriving 12 hours later, they were met by the campsite owner, Mrs. Evadne Sprite, a bony woman of advancing wrinkles who liked to keep active. Welcome to Fit Camp. Turkish wrestling for the over-80s at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. Anyone interested? Savannah? I'm not over 80. And never will be by the looks of things. Camp rules are as follows. Everyone to have a good time and nobody to stay in bed beyond sunup. What sort of holiday is that? A healthy sort of holiday, said Mrs. Sprite. Ugh, don't like the sound of that. Seize the day before the day seizes you. And that sounded like a threat. Whatever it was quickly forgotten because just then a disgusting fat larvae, the size of a large lump of snot, fell out of the sky and landed in Savannah's hair. And when she looked up, she saw thousands of them sleeping in the trees. "Get our tent up!" she screamed, slamming her helmet back on again. Savannah did not like this place. Between flying grubs, the living dead next door, and embarrassing parents, fancy a sing-song? This week was going to be a nightmare. Savannah decided the best thing to do was sleep through the holiday. But her parents had other ideas and dragged her out every morning on a trip to some place of local disinterest. It's amazing to think that this is an old Norman church. It might be amazing to old Norman, but it's as boring as billiards to me. I want to go to bed. They visited a Roman aqueduct. Oh, I could stand here and look at this all day. Fine, just wake me up if it moves. And a lawnmower museum. Fascinating things, lawnmowers. But when Savannah's parents announced a trip to Shinwell's oldest sewage works, Savannah put her foot down. "I'm having a lie-in and there's nothing you can do to stop me." Ignoring Mrs. Sprite's warning, Savannah spent the next day slobbing out in her sleeping bag. That night, however, a strange plopping noise woke her from her sleep. She switched on her torch, only to find that she was alone. Mrs. Sprite had taken her parents on a midnight bat walk. Another plop. She flashed the torch upwards and was horrified to see that the canvas roof was heaving. She slithered outside to see what it was, only to find that it was raining Witchetty grubs. They slid off the roof and fell down the back of her neck. She threw herself inside, swatting the grubs off her skin, but thousands had slithered through the open zip until there was an army of them inside the tent. They cocooned her where she lay, binding her into her sleeping bag with a sticky gossamer web that closed her eyes and stopped her mouth from screaming. Then they slowly slithered back to bed on the branches of the trees. Savannah! When Mr. and Mrs. Slumbersome returned, the lazy daughter was nowhere to be found. They found a lazy Witchetty grub instead. So Mr. Slumbersome chucked that out while Mrs. Slumbersome screamed. Then they left the campsite. Their place taken by an outdoor family from Skegness, by the curator of a museum for freaks and oddities. Stitchety, twitchety, witchetty grub, in bed now forever. So why do you blub?